Okay, Fraction Camp. This is a continuation or part two of, how to make that connection between concrete and pictorial, and I'll follow it up with the third step, which is symbolic. So here I have a problem that you should probably do many times. And what I mean by many times is this. Here is one whole, and now I want to know what's the sum of those two pieces. So before I can add two different color blocks, I have to get them equivalent to a single block. So a single color of block is what I mean. And the problem with the green, well, not problem with green, but I'll just first put it together. Oh yeah, that's 1/4, so that's easy. So that's 1/4 because 4 equal pieces make one whole. And I want to have some reasoning there. What's the value of that purple block? The purple block has a value. Let's take a look at what it is. Yes, the purple block is now a value of 1/3. And we have some reasoning to tell why, because 3 equal sized pieces are equivalent to one whole. Okay, so now we know that what this problem is actually asking us is 1/3 plus 1/4. But I still can't add purple blocks and green blocks. So because that, just not allowed to add different color blocks. And also it doesn't make sense to me. So the first thing that I'll do is I'll figure out the value of the white block. And to do that, I'll line up the white blocks along the whole. And you already know the value of this, or should know. And your kids might start to know. They might not have to do this every time, but just to remind ourselves, okay, there's 10, 11, 12. So that means that one of these is equal to 1/12. And let's see, one of these is equal to 3/12. So that's equal to 3/12. And let's see, one of these, the purple, is equal to 4/12. So that's equal to 4/12. Now, each of these times, I want you to give the reasoning, like, for example, here, because 12 equal pieces are equivalent to one whole, and because one of the, it's 3 blocks each with a value of 1/12, that makes it 3/12, and similarly for 4/12. So you get the idea. So that means that the sum of these two blocks, is actually 3, and that's not 3, that's actually 4. 4/12 plus 3/12, and that becomes 7/12. And that is our answer. Okay, but I'm not done yet, because I also want to make a pictorial representation of this. So this is the concrete representation. We've done something like this many times, but now the pictorial representation should look like this. You should probably do it on graph paper just so kids can get it right. And I will start off by saying, all right, I know that this is one whole, and I want to know what's the sum of this purple plus this green. Notice how I'm color coding them the same. But first I want to say this is equal to 1/12. And then I'll look over here and say, oh, look, this is 4/12. And this one right here is, look, 1, 2, 3/12. That's why I want to do it on graph paper, so I can get it much more, much closer. So, okay. First, you would have to say, well, how many of these pinks are there in there? And you'd say, oh, this is 1/3 because there's 3 sets in there. And again, with this 1/4, do the same thing. And now I'm ending up with 1/3 plus 1/4 is the same as 4/12 plus 3/12, and that's equal to 7/12. Of course, I expect students to take much longer and provide much more reasoning than I have here. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be. You get the idea. Okay, so I I think it's really a strong idea. I want to emphasize that putting the concrete next to the pictorial and having kids make that direct connection is super important.